is Chris Staudinger. I go to Boston College here.
My name is Joanna Klekowitz. I'm a senior at Boston College.
This is Usama Abdurrahim Ayyad.
You're going to spell that for me later, right?
You got it.
Okay. And you live in Cambridge, you
Yes.
said? Okay.
I'm a senior. I'm supposed to figure that out. I'm actually hoping to go back to Palestine next year or possibly Jordan. I'd like to continue studying Arabic because I've been doing that for a while now, and I'd really like to work with refugees. So that's my plan.
I thought it was a wonderful film. It was really well done. The graphics were incredible. The music was amazing. And then the story was something that I've never really even seen before.
I thought it was great how there were different perspectives recognized, and especially the emphasis on nonviolence, which is something that's so heavily emphasized through like Jesuit ideals at Boston College.
It doesn't try to take a political side. It doesn't try to display any kind of strong feelings from one side or the other. What I like most about it is how it shows how people from two different political scenes can say enough is enough and try something new, try something that's worked in India with Gandhi, try something that worked here in the 60s with Martin Luther King and do something about it.
And I really like that this really humanized the situation, so it's not like this state against this sort of state, but it's these are people.
As far as it being equal, on either side, it seemed definitely to be a little bit more on the Palestinian end, but that looks like that's the way that the world is kind of looking at it right now.
It really gives me hope. As a Palestinian American myself, I've always struggled with that kind of identity, having Israel as our greatest ally and feeling victimized by the Israeli occupation.
I think the discussion afterwards was also really incredible, and it was really important to bring up these issues of cycle of violence, but also who in the cycle of violence is going to be the one to break it. When you have an occupier and an occupied people, what do you do with that situation? And when you have one of the most powerful countries in the world supporting that occupier, what do you do with that situation?
There were a lot of questions that were asked that are frequently asked when you're studying Israel and Palestine and the whole peace process. And I just think every single time that somebody asks a question that is so heavy on their minds, and then we have three different perspectives answering, I thought that was incredible.
To attempt to just suggest nonviolence in the past was cowardice, was looked upon as inexcusable, as in you're not willing to sacrifice that much. But seeing that they have succeeded where we haven't before, and seeing that now it's actually working, it's what we're going for.
I think that's true that a lot of us do want to do. A lot of us are getting really frustrated with like having these great conversations and like learning about all these really important things, and then we're just here and we don't know where to go from here. And I think, you don't have to like fly to another country to make change. It can be as simple as having another conversation, because social change is a network thing.
Many of people have died in many causes, fighting, but who has the courage to stand non-violently and protest, just hoping. The courage to fail is the most courageous of all.
And just recognizing that every single human everywhere has a common dignity. So I just think that this event isn't like the culmination of that journey. I just think it's one of the steps, and it's going to be a journey that they're going to continue on throughout their college careers. They've probably already started way before college, and they're going to continue hopefully throughout their lives.
What should we do? I believe by encouraging Palestinian and Israeli youth here in the States, Jewish and Arab youth here in the States, not just Palestinian Israelis, but youth in general, to protest nonviolently and to promote nonviolent protest to their friends in Palestine, Israel, through the internet. When we visit very often, if not on an annually basis, biannually, and we keep in touch over the phone. But just to make the idea of nonviolence more popular. And there are many countries in the world with constitutions, but very few that are constitutional, like the United States. And if the Constitution was followed in the West Bank or in any country, it would do what it's supposed to do. It'll represent the people. And if the people on both sides are represented, if Israel and the Palestinian territories were both constitutional governments or authorities, then we would be closer to where we are. We would be the democracies that we must be. And whenever it's a government by the people, I mean, well, of the people, for the people, by the people, it's a government that will get what the people want.